Before seeing very interesting table in detail, a table which has in it best meeting with the words Iran, Agar in it, which means Iran, the nuclear weapon state, frightening. So before seeing the table, let us see what I saw in the internet, and this is why I did it. I was looking whether the Torah speaks about this. So this is what appears in the internet just now. Iran is already a nuclear weapons state with enough uranium to build one, if not two, bombs. A former US diplomat and nuclear weapons expert has warned. Former senior official Robert Joseph told the Daily Mail that the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, has documented that Iran has 60% of enriched uranium. Now, there are more, yeah? Enough for at least one bomb, if not two. We have been saying for years that they are approaching this breaking point, and we really need to negotiate with them. This is what they said. So let us see this table, which is very, very significant. Why? The first thing, if I'm not mistaken, the word Hagar in it with so many letters. You can see 8 letters, an unusual one. I think there might be the minimal is the Torah, and this is the best meeting with Iran. What we have here, exactly what we saw, it is a very serious threat, yeah? You have here the Hebrew word iyum, threat, a threat of Iran being nuclear weapon state. No, what we have to do, by the way, you have also the serial, Tafshin Pei which is 5782, sabbatical year, which starts with wars, finishes Messiah. Our Rebbe said in the end of it, Messiah will come, but what we need is repenting, keeping the Torah, which is written here, ושמרו את מצוות השם אלוהיכם, ושמרת, you should keep the mitzvot of God, your Lord, ללכת לדרכיו, to go on his way, ולירא אותו, to fear him. Amazing. This is what we need to have Geulah. Geulah is redemption. Unbelievable that you have the word Messiah, you can see in purple, Messiah, Mashiach, yeah, because the Mashiach comes and he is the same word of the date, Tafshin Pei Bet. Interesting, Ephraim, because Ephraim is the Messiah, son of Joseph, will pave the way, but it's unbelievable. The best meeting is the Torah when you have Messiah with this ear. No, it fits with what our rabbis tell us, that in the end of sabbatical, Messiah will come, but what we need is to keep the mitzvot of Hashem Elokeinu. What more we have here very significant is that after brit, when they break the covenant, this is what brings to it, yeah? It's an after brit. Then what is also very, very significant in this table, that you have the name of the angel of Amalekite is Samael, yeah? We pray 3 times a day that God will remove it from us. And this is a masculine, and you have the feminine Lilith, which comes here also. Lilith, and the letter Yud of it sharing the Iran. I mean, the Lilith had to do with last, with the Arabs, with Ishmael, and Samael have to do with Europe, or those more, unfortunately, supporting it, yeah? Edom. So interesting that the word Samael, according to rabbis, is really 2 words, Samakel, blinding God. When you blind, how can you blind God? But the idea is simple, that this is a power, leftists, which don't believe in the Torah, don't believe there is a God who looks after the world. So Samakel, they are blinding, the covering godliness, God from this world. They made a very small table. This is the connection with the lefties. In Hebrew, left is small, and it's connected with Samach, because Samach is sin come from the same source of the mouth. So this is what we have. We see in Israel, the leftists now don't believe in Shabbos, you can desecrate the Shabbos, no Torah, all that. So this is exactly where we are now. This was the danger, is great. Our rabbis tell us, if Jews will not repent, he will appoint upon them very cruel leader like Haman, which we have today, Amanai, also appears here, Amanai, and he will threaten to wipe out Israel, exactly what they want to do. This was the bomb, right? And they say clearly that Israel is like the Satan, and to disturb the Messiah to come, frightening. So as I said, this is what you see here, Iran הגרעינית. הגרעינית, זה גרעין, is atom, yeah? Nuclear. So Iran, the nuclear state, because it refers to the state. And the danger is great, yeah? But hoping the Jews will keep the Torah, Shamru et HaShabbat, then we will redemption, then we will Messiah in this year, which is the year appropriate for it, yeah? And we'll get rid from the leftists and the evil forces who are against the Torah, against God. So let us hope it will be only a threat and we will not have really situation like atom bomb will come. So interesting table on it, but it fits with other tables which did also the same situation, and this is what you have in black. Iyum Irani, once in the Torah, Iranian threat, and which kind of threat? Unbelievable. Ha-pesasa, the bomb, ha-pesasa, thing is minimal in the Torah. They have ha-pesasa, together with Iran, yeah, very serious threat. Why? Because they believe in the Dat Ishmael, they believe in the Islam, and according to the interpretation of Islam, Israel should be wiped out, right? So what we should do, as we saw before, Tshuva, but you have amazing verse here which tell us Mashiach Matzil, only Messiah will save us. You see, Mashiach Matzil will save us from Amalekite, because Amalekite is the source of this evil force. Amazingly, we have here also the evil force of the Lilith, like we saw before, which also demonstrates very, very severe power against Israel. By the way, you have here also Cyrus, because we already shown many times there's a situation that we are going to have, we hope so. It will be like it was in Purim, because like in Purim, we were saved from Haman by repenting, keeping the Torah, so hoping it will be the same thing here. But as we said, we are now in a difficult situation. Islam, and what we have, what Iran have, they have the Hamas, they have the Fatah, they have the Hamas appears as the Fatah, so which they hope to wipe out Israel. But hoping like it was in the time of Esther, you have Esther here, Cyrus was the king of Persia at that time, and he believed in Israel, you know quite well. He allows them to settle, and hoping that really Jews will keep the Torah. And then we have Ben Ishai, you see, coming the son of Jesse, Messiah, and definitely will save from this terrible situation, this threat, hoping the Messiah will come, will save us. Another interesting table which really connect us more with Purim, you have your Purim, because as we said, what is going to be now is like Purim, saving us from Hamanahi, like he saved us from, like God saved us from Haman. But for this you have to do tshuva, as we saw, to keep the Torah. So here you have the year, the last year, Tafshin Pei Aleph. Now you remember this Khatam Sofer says, 190 years ago in his book, Leviticus Bechukotai, that Mashpot Yarim Revion, that the process of redemption will start from the year 5781. This is exactly Mashpot. This is written in the Psalms, that God will lift up the needy from refuse, a spot from a very low situation like we have today, government view against the Torah, the leftists. So this is only the beginning, but it will turn to be in Tafshin Pei Bet. This is the year 5784. We have Messiah. Get rid of these evil forces. So, but we are waiting for Yeshua. It's like salvation, like exactly like is written in Scroll of Esther, L'Avdim Hayta Torah, and Shuatam Hayta Lanetzach, the salvation that we have there, will have also now, for eternity. In the merit of Esther, which comes here, you can see. What more you see is Tefillah. This is a Tefillah because praying is very important, to pray to God to save us, but like in Purim, like we have Purim here. And then we have a Mashiach, then Messiah will come. Now in black you have here the beginning of the word Leatra, warning. It is a warning, a big warning to you Jews. You must know you are in very, very serious situation, a situation that Iran Ototo have its bomb. And then, the situation very, very serious. So this is what he said. You have Iyum Irani, the same thing but more verse. You have Iyum Iranian threat that we say God will save us, and Messiah will come with Moses and Elijah. Very interesting, yeah. And the Amalekite, the evil forces we saw. And as we said, the situation is very, very severe. As this, what I saw really in the internet was frightening. It's really very serious that Iran is already a nuclear weapon state with enough uranium to build one. So this is why I looked in the Torah. The Torah is a blueprint of the world. Everything which is going to be and what happened in the Torah. And here is unbelievable. Exactly this, the same expression, garinit, a garinit. This is exactly the right term for atom, nuclear. And this is the best meeting, Iran, a garinit. As I said, to have 8 letters which are not so usual like that. And coming here with Iran, with this year Tafshin Pei Bet, and hoping that we'll keep the Torah v'shamru mitzvot, then we will have redemption. This is Geulah, redemption, and Messiah will come, Mashiach. And purple comes here with Tafshin Pei Bet is here. And so Ephraim come because he will pave the way according to our tradition. He will pave the way. Maybe he will fight with the enemies. But it is very interesting, this appearance. So interesting and significant tables for our days.